Hey, this is going to be really fun. Coming up this afternoon on FanDuel Sports Network, FanDuel Midwest technically, and we're also going to simulcast the game here on MLB Network. It's a spring breakout game. The Cardinals are featured with Cardinals voice Chip Caray and son Steph, who had been spending the last 3 seasons broadcasting in the Texas League. He's seen a lot of the players that are going to be on the field today. He's doing the game with his dad, and we are thrilled to have Chip and Stefan on with us on the Friday Stove. Guys, good morning.
Good morning, Matty. How are you?
Well, we're great, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds because you guys are both smart, Alex. And I just, if one of you guys boxes a fly ball or chokes up a call today, I can't wait to see how quickly the other one is going to crush his partner in the booth.
Well, one thing that we're known for in the Caray family is great depth perception. A lot of early home runs that don't actually get over the wall. So we're going to try not to get that today. Yeah, mispronouncing names. I mean, Harry made a cottage industry out of it. So we should fit right in with what the heck's going on today down in Cuba.
This is great. Hey, Stefan, tell us about some of the younger guys that are in the Spring Breakout series that you're probably more familiar with than we are.
Yeah, it's really exciting today. For me in particular, getting to watch Davison De Los Santos with his new club on the Marlins. Obviously, the minor league home run king last year was phenomenal in Amarillo, was phenomenal in Reno, and then phenomenal in Jacksonville. I think he's going to provide a huge spark for the Marlins, who need as much offense as they can get. They've got Thomas White on the mound, 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in Massachusetts. He's going to take the ball. And on the other side of the Cardinals, a team that's kind of in a state of flux right now, figuring out their young core, who that's going to be over the next couple of seasons. Quinn Matthews is going to take the ball. Got to see him in Amarillo. That was probably the only start he struggled in. I actually went and talked with him after the game, and he said, man, I wish I could have given you a better show. I said, Quinn, look at your other numbers, man. It's one game. And as you know, Hochtown, very hitter-friendly. So we're going to forgive him on that one.
Hey, Chip, for you, man, I got 2 sons of my own that are 23 and 21. And I know whenever I'm with them and doing some baseball stuff, I'm like, this is incredible. I feel like the most fortunate guy in the world. You know, for you as a dad, being with Stefan in the booth, you know, what is that like for you?
Yeah, an XL shirt's maybe not big enough because the buttons are bursting for this old man. Look, it's funny. I was thinking about this driving over to the ballpark today. 35 years ago, it was my dad handing the torch to me, and now I'm on the other end of the torch passing with a lot more gray hair and a lot more mileage. But Sean and Matt, you guys know, anytime you see your kids have a passion and follow a dream and have a talent and skill and get a chance to spread their wings, it really makes your heart full. And I'm proud of not just Stefan, but our other son and brother, Chris, and a little guy, Tristan, and our daughter, who's 27 and doing her thing out in California. My wife, Susan, and I are really, really blessed to have raised terrific kids who love baseball, who love the sport, and they're going to proudly carry this torch wherever they can take it.
Hey, we got to hit you on the Cardinals a little bit, Chip, too, because it's been an interesting offseason for them. I think the Phil Maton signing was really nice, kind of below the radar, but there wasn't a whole lot this winter. I think fans' expectations may have been a bit higher. We're surprised that Nolan Arenado looks like he's going to break camp with the team. How do you assess from your internal viewpoint what the Cardinals did this winter?
Well, obviously, if you had to grade him, you have to say incomplete because, as John Mozeliak said, plan 1, 2, and 3 was to move Arenado and try to go young. That didn't happen, so that complicates the runway for some of the younger players, most notably Alec Burleson, Nolan Gorman. Jordan Walker's currently hurt but should be back any time now and playing the outfield. Where does Newt Barr and Donovan play? I think, though, that, Matty, this is a team that's young and hungry. They're going to finally get a chance to show what they can do, and the biggest goal for the Cardinals, besides winning games, which is still goal number 1, is giving runway to these players to find out exactly what they can do with 600 plate appearances. Let's find out at the end of the year what Walker is, what Gorman is, what Michael McGreevy is, what Andre Palante is, and others, and see where that takes the Cardinals. As you know, the Central is a division that many feel is up for grabs for anybody, and this is a team that's certainly motivated to improve on 83 wins last year. So I don't know really what to expect. And as you know, guys, those are sometimes the most fun seasons to have because you go to the ballpark and who knows what you're going to see. It's going to be an interesting year, to say the least, in St. Louis.
Yeah, I agree. Those are fun times.
Yeah, I want to stay on the father-son theme here while I have both you guys. Stefan, for you, man, having your dad, I'm sure it's a thrill being with him too. But what's the biggest advice you've gotten from him in life and also in the booth, being a broadcaster?
Use as much gel as humanly possible is probably the first one. But no, he's been such a tremendous person just to be able to turn to. It really, when I started doing this, he wasn't the type that was like, hey, you need to go do this. Just go and be happy. Just go do the game. Be calm. Be yourself. And that's something that I've really taken with me. I think being bogged down in the statistics and the analytics and the other things that are the great gadgets of this game that the people that are way higher up than we could ever dream of being used, that's not really what we try to do. We want to entertain and inform and make it the most fun it possibly can be.
Do you guys have a minute for Harold is actually, I think he's called in. He's about to board the plane to get to Tokyo for this thing, and I guess he's got. Harold, you there?
What's happening, brother? How you doing?
Hey, Harold.
Good morning.
Good stuff. Harold, we got both Chip and Stefan here. Any questions for the boys before they go on the air today?
What is your advice for lawn care for somebody who has a great lawn?
Harold. Harold.
Make sure you hold that phone close to you so we can hear you.
Yeah, we got to go. Harold, get on the plane.
I think it stinks.
All right, goodbye. Flying to Japan to try the beef, apparently,
I
today.
just hope everybody in Japan calls him Oji-chan. You know what Oji-chan means in Japanese?
No.
Ron Santo found out when I was with the Cubs. We went over there, and all these pretty young girls kept calling him Oji-chan. He thought it was some sort of great honorific, like being the emperor and stuff. It means grandpa. So hopefully he's got that in store for him when he gets to Tokyo. Oji-chan.
Hey, which one of you guys opens the telecast today? Who talks first?
He's put me on the spot. Actually, it was his idea to make me do it. It was either that or an AI version of his younger self. So I'm going to try and do my best and really hold up to the high standard of 25-year-old Chip Caray.
And look, guys, I've been working on my XFIP, my exit velocity, my vertical break statistics, and saying, boy, you're right, Stefan. I watch Major Leagues. I know how to be a good analyst. So that's going to be the goal for the game today against the Marlins.
Excellent. We can't wait to watch. It's on FanDuel Midwest. We're going to have it here on MLB Network. Spring Breakout Series. It's the Marlins and the Cardinals. And it's in the Grapefruit League. I think I said Cactus a moment ago. These guys are in Florida, of course. Chip and Stefan, thanks for coming on a game day, guys. Hope we see you during the season.
Appreciate you,
Thank
guys.
you so much.
And it's also Happy St. Louis Day, Happy 314 Day. That's our area code, so don't forget that. Not just pie.
Not just pie.
That's right. 314. St. Louis Day.
Hey, do you
Have
know
fun
what
today,
comes
guys.
after pie, Chip? Do you know what comes after 314?
314? Yeah, 315. I follow the case rule.
Bam! You nailed
There
it.
it is.
You nailed it.
Have fun today, guys. Thanks again.
And joining us now is Jim Callis. Jim, when you look at these spring breakout games, the uninitiated, what is the appeal of this baseball?
You get to see so many of the best prospects in baseball, so many future big leaguers and big league stars. I kind of liken it to getting 16 versions of the futures game. You're basically the majority of one team's best prospects play the majority of another team's best prospects. Right now, I think we have 69 of MLB Pipeline's top 100 prospects will be taking part. 32 of the first 35 draft picks from last year's draft, top draft picks, are in the game. And there's stacked rosters everywhere. I mean, every game you're going to see future big leaguers, future big league stars. You can see there that's 12 of the top 20 prospects in baseball will be taking part. So you get to see a lot of guys. For fans, I think you get to see a lot of guys that you may not have seen before, but you will be seeing a lot in the future.
I just love the shout-out to the futures game. I called it years ago. The Aaron Boone and Rick Sutcliffe, Byron Buxton was in that game at Citi Field, by the way. All right, for the Boston Red Sox, it's well known, Jim, how good their top prospects are. 3 of the top 12 in the game. When you look at Roman Anthony, Christian Cale, Marcelo Mayer, how is that group looking?
Yeah, they look great. I mean, as you mentioned, 3 of the top 12 prospects in baseball. They're going to bat 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure people tune into that. And I mean, you're talking about, Roman Anthony is the best position prospect in baseball. I have organizations who tell me they think Christian Campbell is the best position prospect in baseball. He had as good a year as anybody in the minors last year. Marcelo Mayer is a potential 25-homer, solid defender at shortstop. They're just loaded. I mean, we're going to see Franklin Arias will come in later in the game. He's super young. He might be a quicker version of Marcelo Mayer when all is said and done. Lots of good guys. The guy who I'm kind of curious to see, there's a guy who's only playing in the Dominican Summer League named Justin Gonzalez, who's, I think, 17 years old, but just people rave about his power and his swing decisions. We'll get to see him for, I think, at least one at-bat later in the game. So you get to see some of the lesser names, too, who might be bigger names in the future.
As far as the Rays prospects are concerned, what can you tell me about the likes of Carson Williams and Chandler Simpson?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the best matchup, this game tonight. It's the number 2 farm system is the Rays. Number 3 farm system is the Red Sox. Carson Williams, I think if you surveyed everybody in baseball, they tell you he's the best defensive player in the minor leagues. He's a well above average shortstop, cannon arm. He was a pitcher in high school, too. Plus, oh, by the way, he's got, 25, maybe 30 homer power. So, I mean, he's an elite prospect. And then Chandler Simpson, and then he might be the most fascinating prospect in minor league baseball. Everybody talks, there's a 20 to 80 scale that scouts use. And people joke, oh, it's Chandler Simpson, who led the minors in hitting and steals last year with 104. He has 90 speed and 10 power. They legitimately added 100 speed and 0 power. So it's an extreme profile. But, I mean, this guy covers a ton of ground. If he gets on base, it's like a double or a triple. He's going to steal second. He's going to steal third. Those 2 guys, Williams and Simpson, are going to bat at the top 2 spots in the lineup. So, again, if you love prospects, make sure you're tuned in at 7 p.m. Eastern, because you're going to see 5 of the best prospects in baseball in the first inning, guaranteed.
90-10, 90 speed, 10 power. I'm going to be watching Vince Coleman. I can't wait.
I'm going 100-0. I'm taking it even further.
As far as the spring breakout marquee matchup, what's the one that all fans should look forward to?
There's a game tomorrow in Arizona between the Guardians and the Mariners. It's just loaded. The Guardians, I'm sorry, I'll start with the Mariners. The Mariners have 7 top 100 prospects, which is the most in baseball. 6 of them will play in this game. The 6 guys we see here on the screen. Colton Emerson's one of the best young hitters. Lazaro Montes just jaw-dropping power. Harry Ford's already a World Baseball Classic hero in Great Britain. Plus, if that's not enough for you as a Mariners fan, switch pitcher, yes, I said that, switch pitcher, Jarangela Saintia will be pitching both left-handed and right-handed in that game. So that's exciting. And on the Guardians side, they have a ton of really interesting young hitters, including the #1 pick in last year's draft, Travis Bazzana from Australia. Jason Churio and Angel Hanal are two guys who were in A-ball last year who may not be as famous. Both those guys can really hit as well. I think they're going to rank a lot higher on the top 100 by the end of the year. So if I could pick any matchup to be at, well, and I'm really selling this game tonight, I would pick the game I'm at right now. But if I could pick another game to be at, if MLB Network wants to fly me to Arizona tomorrow, I'd love to go to that game, man. Then they have to fly me back because I'm broadcasting the Yankees-Orioles on Saturday. But if anybody's listening, anybody on MLB Network wants to fly me, I'd love to go see that Mariners-Guardians game, but I'll have to settle for watching it from afar, I guess.
Well, I saw you at A's camp in Arizona. Flights were sold out, so it's going to be tough getting the flights here at the last second. But we'll look forward to how things go. With all these tough names, I'm just glad to see a name like Harry Ford. It makes you think of like Henry Ford, built tough. That's right. That's right. You know, he's Sir Harry Ford because Great Britain was so enamored of him. He didn't get an official knighthood, but like he's known as Sir Harry Ford. So that's how he separates himself a little. Sir Harry, my favorite guy. Jim Callis always separates himself. Thanks so much, Jim. Appreciate it.